I want to let you know about a shocking new twist in a major gymnastics abuse investigation. A former U.S. Olympics coach died by suicide just hours after being charged with 24 felonies, including human trafficking and criminal sexual conduct. John Geddert was head coach of the 2012 U.S. Women's Olympic Gymnastics team, which won a gold medal. He has one himself, or had. He had ties to disgraced sports doctor Larry Nassar, who treated gymnasts at Geddert's gym. Mola Lenghi looks now at continued calls for more accountability in the sport. Mola, good morning to you.
Well, good morning, Tony. Geddert, once a celebrated coach in the sport, was accused of mistreating young gymnasts and lying to investigators about ever hearing of Larry Nassar's sexual abuse. Now, for many, including one survivor we spoke to, Geddert's death is forcing them to relive their trauma yet again.
John broke little girls. He broke our spirits and he broke our bodies.
At 8 years old, Sarah Klein began taking gymnastics from Coach John Geddert. She was the first known victim of Larry Nassar, but she says the physical, verbal, and emotional abuse Geddert allegedly inflicted was far worse.
Larry was at least kind. He was loving. He pretended at least to care about us. And John was the one who tortured us in a way that it made Larry and his sexual abuse look like a walk in the park.
Geddert was expected to turn himself in Thursday. Instead, authorities found his body at this Michigan rest stop. According to CBS affiliate WLNS, he died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The Michigan Attorney General's office called his death a tragic end to a tragic story for everyone involved.
It felt like, true to John Geddert form, I am above the law, I am a narcissist, and I'm getting the last word.
Klein and attorney John Manley, who has represented more than 200 Nassar victims, want USA Gymnastics and the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee to be held accountable for the abuse.
These people let this happen with Nassar and Geddert for money. That's why this happened.
In a recent interview with 60 Minutes, Olympian Simone Biles called for an independent investigation into USA Gymnastics and the U.S. Olympic Committee to find out who knew what and when.
We bring the medals, we do our part, you can't do your part in return. It's just like, it's sickening.
Klein agrees and said she believes there is still abuse going on in USA Gymnastics.
What you can do is tell the truth. Give us the answers. Help us understand how this could have happened to us. Do the right thing.
Now, we asked USA Gymnastics this morning to respond to Klein's claims, but have not heard back. But in a statement last night, the organization said that it had hoped criminal charges against Geddert would lead to justice and that their thoughts are with the gymnastics community. And we also reached out to the U.S. Olympic Committee and have yet to hear back from them. A spokesperson for the Michigan Attorney General's office said that they were allowing Geddert to turn himself in on his own because they had no indication that he would harm himself, Tony.
All right, Mola, thank you very much. There's a lot that's upsetting here, but one thing that comes to mind is that the victims will not have an opportunity for that public justice and closure they got with Nassar.
And they're still looking for a lot more transparency from the gymnastics community than they're getting.
Yeah, most people in the public hadn't heard the name Geddert, but they certainly knew, and it's sad, Tony, that
it came up in the testimony.
It did.
When the victims came to the microphone to speak at Nassar's trial, they often brought up
That's when I heard it.
Yeah.
That's when I heard it, but no closure still hurts a lot.